close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. And nothing else matters. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, an OG co-host has returned. I don't know for how many episodes or whatever, but he's back for an episode. Alex, welcome. And it's me, Gabe. We're back. New episode. Finally. Shit, it's been forever. I think it's about 2 months, I think the last episode was 2 months ago, but whatever. Man, we're doing it. We're back.
The last episode with us is like, what, 3 years?
Not 3 years.
2 years?
It's only been like a year or
really?
So, yeah.
Oh. Time flies.
Or a year and a half or something. I don't know. Like,
probably.
It's not 3 years.
It seems like a long time when a lot of shit has been going on.
Hell yeah. I mean, we went through a whole pandemic and bullshit.
I mean, not to mention, I got a daughter now.
Yep. Alex got the baby.
I got the crying little thing that I glare at a couple times because she keeps waking me up. It's a joke. If you're a parent, you get it.
But, I mean, you're here. Any certain thing you want to talk about?
I mean, like earlier, it seems like if we flow pretty well, just talking about whatever. Other than that, I mean, we can get into a bit of the thing in the beginning that you're talking about how many episodes. I mean, I would like to kind of start doing them again. It was just crazy because life really happened. I was in that moment where I was like, I had to kind of focus on me because I was in that, like, I don't know if I can handle my mental state with acting calm. I had to take a year or two to just be like, what the hell is going on? I got to figure shit out. And then a pandemic started, so that didn't help.
I mean, but during the pandemic would have been the best time. Yeah, I mean, you can't really do anything. You couldn't really do anything else.
Yeah, that was true. But when I was working in the pandemic, I had like a salary job. I was working so many hours. It was really like I was taking on the whole workforce thing, and then it made me realize like I should take this time to focus on what I really want to do, like maybe dreams, ambitions, and stuff like that. Because the sooner I get a step forward is the sooner, that step forward is leading me into something that I would want. Because if I don't, then I'm never going to do it,
Right. Yeah. Pandemic time was crazy for me too, man. Because like everyone else was like, oh, I don't have to go to work. I'm like, for me, it was like, oh, I got to go to work. Mm-hmm. I didn't get time off like everybody else, man. I was just like on the grind. Like if anything, I had less free time. That's why I couldn't even put out enough episodes, or enough episodes that I wanted during pandemic time.
You wanna know what's frustrating? Working at a job during a pandemic where every shipment you were getting in was coming straight from China.
That's crazy because I heard that ports and stuff were like kind of like slow.
It was
because of
it was really strange. Considering, well, the thing was we ordered a lot of shit back in the day, and then it takes a long time to get here. So as soon as it started, we were getting all of our stuff in, so we had to work more. It was, it wasn't the cleanest stuff because like I would open a box of I worked with nails, so when I open up a box of nails, I'd find like a cigarette butt, I'd find like hair, so it wasn't the cleanest, and that's why I was just like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe because I've worked in warehouses my entire freaking life, to the point where I was essentially a manager, and man, now I'm starting at an entry position for food, and I could not be happier. I could not be happier.
Well, I mean, there's nothing better than working with food. Well, it depends on what you're doing, I guess. But.
Yeah, trust me, I've had those.
Okay, enough of life. I want to get into some nerdy shit. I'm pretty sure you watched the Book of Boba.
Oh, you mean...
Did you watch all the episodes?
You mean the last 3 episodes that were the Mandalorian?
Get first impressions before I tell you my first impressions.
I liked it, but this is coming from somebody who's played the new Star Wars games that came out. Because it makes me excited because I used to read all the books knowing that they're setting up for a certain timeline. Mm-hmm. The timeline in between Anakin becoming Darth Vader and the starting of Luke Skywalker, which I actually really appreciate.
Right.
Because all of that was just speculation up until like a year or so ago. But now they got Boba Fett going through his changes, the Mandalorian, which we knew nothing about, Grogu, who has been in the timeline the entire time, but we never knew. Because, like, Anakin is Darth Vader trying to find all these new Force-sensitive children.
Right.
He was one of them. Technically, he's 50. But it's just, if you play the game, it's actually about that, too. Or, I guess, whatever the guy's name is, Cal, not Cal Kestis. I think it's Cal Kestis. He has to find a holocron that has the name of a bunch of, spoiler alert, has a name of all the Force-sensitive children. His name was probably on that list. But I like how maybe they're going to bring that kid. You know who that kid is? He looks kind of familiar. He's got red hair. He's in a couple movies.
I don't.
I'll show you a picture after, because you'll notice him. But he actually is primed and ready to be put into movies and videos because he's the same age he was in the video games, and this is the timeline, and I'm just very excited because then we're going to get the Obi-Wan series. We're going to get, I think they're going to redo a second season of Mandalorian.
Not second season, dude. It's like going to be the third.
The third season.
Wait.
Or it's the
Fourth?
second season of the Book of Mandalorian, but I don't think they're going to do a second one.
But I know, because
Or the Book of Boba Fett.
we've had 2 seasons of Mandalorian, right?
And only one of the Book of Boba Fett.
And only one of Book of Boba. So I think it is going to be third season of Mandalorian.
Well, I gotta say is it seems like it's going to be a great time for a lot of new things to come out, because a lot of the stuff that they were talking about in the Book of Boba Fett was lore that we didn't know was true or false, that they're kind of setting into, like, solidifying into well, all right, this is coming from somebody who's kind of like a buff with that shit, because Ahsoka lives, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. It's a lot of lore that the new movies don't talk about. See, this is hard to get into because I have a theory that the new movies don't even matter. The one with Rey. They don't.
Because they're after the fact.
Yeah, they don't. And things could change.
Just rate it. Just rate it.
Out of what?
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10? Honestly, I know a lot of people were saying it was kind of slow. I get it an 8.5 probably.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of liked it.
Wow, that's high. Okay.
I'm a fan of Boba Fett.
Here's the thing. I was very disappointed.
Really? Really?
But guess the thing. Okay, here's the thing: is if they're gonna and the thing is, I agree with you on certain points where like yes, it's good to see that they're bringing in the lore of everything else in, like, from books and theories and stuff like that, right? Like, that's awesome. I wish they would just have done it with a brand new character or something, because like
True.
just like the Mandalorian. The reason why the Mandalorian was so good, you had no expectation. He's a brand new character. You could do whatever the fuck you want with him, and it's gonna be exciting. Same thing with Grogu.
Okay.
You could do anything you want with him, and it'll be exciting because it's brand new. You could build his character up, and we're there for the ride. The thing about Boba, people have expectations of Boba, and maybe it might be wrong of us to have that, but I had that expectation of Boba.
Let me guess. Your expectation was he's like a world-class killer. He's supposed to be more demeanored, more hardcore.
Yes.
Okay. So I get that. But here's the thing is that when it comes down to it, it's getting to the end of those days. Like, what was his name? The cowboy at the end with the blue face? I forgot his name.
Oh, dark something. I forget.
It's like they're all, even Chrysanthemum. They're all at the age of, like, Chrysanthemum already had his fight with Boba Fett. That's how with Obi-Wan. That's how he got his scar. They're all getting to that age where it's like, even if they were hardcore, you have Grogu, you have Cal coming out, you have different Mandalorians and stuff like that. I think it's a good time for a lot of solidifying. So from here, it'll be a new platform to jump new stories and new characters. Because if you play the game, I think you would really like Cal, because he's a big player in there's a lot of stories that can be made with him and all this stuff. But I get what you mean. A lot of people say he's supposed to be a really hardcore killer.
And here's the thing, like, he doesn't have to do like crazy hardcore stuff all the time, because in the Mandalorian, when he showed up, like, it's not like he went buck wild crazy.
No. But
you still saw the toughness and the grittiness of what you thought Boba Fett should be in the Mandalorian. And that was just like, a couple of scenes or a few scenes in the Mandalorian, and it satisfied our want of Boba Fett.
I will give that to you, that the Pike Syndicate had way more shots on him than he should have ever taken.
Yes. And the thing is, the show made Boba look like a loser almost. Like
he's an underdog when he shouldn't have been. He was the top dog.
It not really that, because you could still be an underdog and still be gritty and crazy and tough. You could be the one that you could be the one that everyone thinks is gonna lose, but still come up on top and still look badass. The thing is they didn't give him enough stuff to do. He felt like a background character in his own show.
He was a Cleveland show to the Family Guy.
Yeah, I mean, because like his helper, the assassin, had
Fennec.
Yeah, Fennec.
Yeah.
Fennec looked more like a main character than Boba looked like a main character.
Yeah.
In fact, Fennec was badass. Tell you the truth, Fennec was doing everything that you thought Boba should be doing.
Because technically beforehand she was one hell of a killer. Well, here's the thing: even in the Mandalorian, he looked like a better fighter than Boba Fett. Because you kind of expected in the fights with the Mandalorian, he was going to pull out some random thing and he was going to win that battle. With the Book of Boba Fett, you looked at him and you go, well, how's he going to fuck up this time? You don't really get that, oh, he's going to kick ass. It's not that feeling of Boba Fett,
Hold on. Every time I was like looking at you, I was like looking away from you. I just wanted to fix that. So yeah, okay, yeah, there you go, yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean,
so like side characters were looking like main characters, and then like you said, the last 3 episodes was like a Mandalorian episode. It wasn't even a Boba Fett episode. Like,
if they were trying to end up in a, let's start blending all of these things together, they should have done a little more of a subtle nod here and there. The 2 last episodes were just like,
Mandalorian.
Did I click on the wrong thing?
No, they're like, are you guys ready for the Mandalorian?
Yeah.
and everyone was like, yes, we were ready for end this show already.
Yeah. They gave us what we wanted at the end of the show.
Grogu. Bring back Grogu.
Here's the thing, though. When it came to the decision between Grogu with the chainmail or the lightsaber, I was under the impression that Yoda's lightsaber was destroyed because of some stuff that happened in comics books, but I'm actually glad that they brought it back.
Oh, the comic book, yeah, because I mean, in the movie, in the old school movies, it showed that
it was
that Luke has it.
Yeah, Luke has it. I kind of expected him to have both. Like, he had the chainmail, but then all of a sudden had a lightsaber too.
Oh, yeah, like he took both?
Yeah, I didn't expect that. It kind of made me like...
No, because if they did that, then it undermines the teaching of
the Jedi way.
Of the Jedi.
But
because you can only choose one. He gave the definitive, like, hey, choose one and that's your path.
This is why I like the Jedi Sentinels and stuff like that, because they're not even really Jedis. They're people who work in their community that have a lightsaber, and they're usually some of the best fighters. So, which is usually the yellow lightsaber. So, if you see somebody with a yellow lightsaber, there's a saying: if you see a yellow lightsaber, you're not gonna see the end of it well. Like it's not gonna end well for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like a red shirt from Star Trek.
Yeah, kind of like
if you're wearing a red shirt, you're basically dead.
Yeah. So I think it's just a little strange, but how kick-ass would a Mandalorian Yoda be?
No, that's why everyone likes Grogu, because that's what he symbolizes. He is the Mandalorian Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
The thing I really like about it though is because they haven't touched it.
Oh, but there's and that's another thing. There's already been a Mandalorian Jedi. He's in the lore of Mandalorian. He was one of the leaders of the Mandalorian at the time.
Yeah.
He was a Jedi who defected from being a Jedi and turned into becoming a Mandalorian.
Which is crazy to think, because
I think that's where the black saber came from, didn't it?
yeah,
Isn't
because it's the Mandalore. It's the right to run Mandalore. But here's the thing: is that also General Grievous kind of has the same backstory too, because he was a person who hated the Jedi, but then was brought in by the Sith and kind of tortured to the point where he really hates the Jedi and turned into a robot. But I like how Grogu has been around when Qui-Gon was around, Obi-Wan, Yoda. He knew, he was there with the Jedi Council. He was around when they all probably knew Grogu.
Probably, yeah.
But they haven't talked about it at
which
all.
is weird. They didn't mention him at all.
Because
But I mean, maybe they wanted to keep him a secret. Or because he defected and became a Mandalorian, that's why they don't speak about him. Because he's actually just a Mandalorian now. He's not a Jedi anymore. Even though he has Jedi powers. They don't consider him a Jedi.
Who?
Wait, who are we talking?
I was talking about Grogu, yeah.
Yeah, Grogu.
No, see, I was talking about when that flashback that he had where he saw the Jedis dying because of Order 66.
Mm-hmm.
They don't talk about how he was in. I think it was.
Oh, because he was the newborn.
Yeah, but they all probably knew him because he was a youngling, and he was. I mean, how many other little Yodas are there?
But as you notice, they don't talk about younglings. They never ever really do, unless
that's true.
Unless
but he was 50.
Unless you're Anakin and ready to kill him, you know. No one talked about the younglings.
Did you hear he might even come back?
What? Who?
What's his name? Anakin Skywalker, the guy that played him.
I mean, probably they brought back Ewan McGregor as, you know.
Yeah, so they actually are thinking about bringing him back. I think they already did.
Because the thing is, I feel like Jon Favreau is all about giving everyone their redemption.
Yeah.
He already kind of fixed everything. Except for, I don't know, because the thing is, it's split with the Book of Boba. There's half the people that are like you that appreciate it and like it and everything like that, right? And then there's people and there's half of them are like me and they're like, you guys just made Boba look like a shithead.
But isn't that the best place to be, considering that now they could either make this story so kick-ass that it brings everybody in, with low expectations.
The thing is I don't mind it too much because you're allowed one wolf, you know, because Jon Favreau's just been hitting it out of the park ever since he's came in contact with Disney. He's hit it out of the park with Marvel. He's hit it out of the park with all the new stuff with Star Wars, and kind of steered the monster of Star Wars in kind of the right direction with the Mandalorian and everything like that. Like the whole series of the Mandalorian is just amazing. It's top notch. I put it up there as one of my favorite Star Wars properties right now. You know, and it, because all the newer movies, except for
Rogue
the first one,
Force Awakens. Is it Force Awakens or Force?
Yeah, the Force Awakens. Because even still with the Force Awakens, half of everyone kind of liked it, and half of everyone thought it was just a ripoff. I mean, I'm in the camp of that. I liked it. It was such even though it was kind of a ripoff and just playing off of nostalgia and stuff, I freaking loved it. I loved the nostalgia. But then everything after that was just a total miss, and it's just dumpster fire. And Jon Favreau came back and fixed it. He steered it in the right direction.
Okay, so we can talk about it a little bit more, but I do have to add one thing. The thing I love about it is because Jon Favreau is in the mindset of keeping the dream alive of where the original idea was going to go.
Yes, he is a fan of the lore, which in all the people who worked with the movies and did all the new movie series, they were scared to use the lore. Jon Favreau's like, no, give me all the lore, and I'm gonna stick it into here and make it work. That's why I love Jon Favreau.
Yeah, because everybody else was like, we're gonna make our own IPs, we're gonna create our own stuff because we don't want to touch things that fans are gonna get mad about. He's like, I know more than the fans, so I'm gonna get all this out.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is that I recently listened to a theory that technically made me assume the new movies don't mean anything. It's the difference between Ahsoka living and Ahsoka dying to Darth Vader in the Rebels TV show. Because there was a timeline where one of the people actually come and save Ahsoka from dying at the hand of Darth Vader. And they're saying that may have been the difference between... Because in the movies, when Rey is hearing the thoughts of all the dead Jedis, she hears Ahsoka's voice, which is assuming she's dead. So in that moment, she could have died. But if, because of the Rebels TV show, he saves her, technically she may not have died, and that makes that a different timeline, which now they're talking about. Where now there's different timelines.
That's a Marvel thing, bro.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Don't cross Marvel with Star Wars.
You gotta watch the Rebels TV show because it fucking blew my mind.
Now,
they're talking about like.
And that's kind of a good transition because I want to get into Doctor Strange right after this.
Okay.
But I mean, here's it's not really a theory, it's just my thought of the new movies of Star Wars. It doesn't mean anything because they didn't end it well. You need a good finite ending, or not it doesn't need to be finite. You need an ending that gives you a direction, whether it be nowhere, which is like this is where it ends, or like this is where we're going. It needs a direction. And the new movies didn't give us any of that. Like it ended so like weirdly that like no one cares.
And also because I think Jon Favreau thought the same thing, because wasn't he trying to retroactively take care of the new movies because he didn't like them?
I mean, he couldn't because he wasn't a part of it at that time. He came on after. Like they brought him over, like they saw how good he was doing with Marvel and brought him over to help after the Last Skywalker. Or was it?
I mean,
the last, or was it?
Yeah, I think it is the Last of the Skywalkers, or like, because I will admit, after Rogue One, I dabbled in the movies, never fully watched them, because after Rogue One, I was just like, okay. And people give me shit about it because I never watched Solo.
I never watched Solo either. I heard it was just so bad I didn't even want to try. Like the thing is, I was already at that point. I was already disappointed at the Star Wars movie for The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi like really made me mad, and I was like, and then Solo came after that. And I'm like, no, because I already heard it through the grapevine. Like Solo sucks. So I'm like, no, I don't want to get really more mad at this property that I love. So I didn't even give it a chance.
The only thing you need to take from Solo is at the end of it, they're still young, and then at that moment is when Solo and Chewbacca are on the run as smugglers. But here's the thing, is that in the trailers for the new Obi-Wan series, one of the Inquisitors is like interrogating a lineup of people, and the scene cuts right as they like pan to right. You see a very furry arm. So I'm thinking maybe they're going to pull in Chewbacca or maybe Han Solo, because it is that time where they all know each other.
We'll see if they do. I don't mind it because I know it's Jon Favreau. They'll give us a reason. Like he'll give us a good reason answer. And that's one of the reasons why I love Jon Favreau. He doesn't leave anything to how did that happen. He gives you an answer. He's good at giving you an answer.
I will admit we're writing Jon Favreau's D a little hard here. There are a lot of others.
I don't mind it, dude.
There's a couple others.
I'm sucking Jon Favreau's dick all day because he's that good, bro.
But I mean, there are a couple of other directors that
here's
work
the thing,
pretty
dude.
well.
Look, I'll suck Jon Favreau's dick and I'll suck fucking Kevin Feige's dick because they just do it all.
You heard it here first.
They're freaking amazing.
You got some time on your hands, Jon Favreau. Come on down to Long Beach. You got your buddy here.
Yo, I mean, they're doing. And with that said, let's transition because that also gives us another good transition because what I want to talk
Doctor Strange and sucking dicks.
Doctor Strange and sucking dicks.
I'm gonna get that tattooed.
Doctor Strange trailer, dude. Did you see it? Have you seen it?
I have not. No, I haven't.
I wish I could. I mean, I kind of have something like built for this, but
we could pause. I can watch it.
It's only like, it's only I might be able to like stick you like in a corner or something.
After sucking dicks, don't say that.
Hold on.
I was gonna say because like
let's try this out.
Paint a picture for me. Show me what's going on. Because I'm aware of the stories. I know what's going on, and I know they're trying to bring into the whole different realities type. Because I mean, he's the one that really, that movie really broke down the whole like, are they gonna bring in different realities? But now you got 3 different Spider-Mans on one screen. You got, what the hell is going on?
Of reality.
And then I am gonna bring you in, or actually, because you might have to come here to even see this. You know what? Never mind.
Well, because I can see it on the other screen. Kind of.
Can you?
Yeah, I got new glasses, so I'm able to see.
Yeah, but that's not good enough. Plus, you can't even hear it. Never mind. Screw it.
Taking a rain check. I'll watch it after though, and then we can even talk about it on the next one. But at least it leads me to know I gotta watch it because I honestly had no idea the trailer came out for the new one.
Oh my god, bro! I mean,
well, here's the thing: I didn't even watch Shang-Chi either.
Well, okay, I think I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think I did do a review of Shang-Chi. Liked it. Not the greatest thing in the world, but liked it. Had some amazing scenes. Opening scene, oh my god, one of the best opening scenes I've ever seen.
Doesn't it have Awkwafina?
Yeah, she's still annoying to me. I don't know. I mean, she's getting better at her acting, but she's still annoying to me. Like,
I just remember her as like
before
any of that.
For some weird reason, she just seems like she's trying too hard.
Mm-hmm. Well, she was given that role of like, hey, you're a famous Asian personality, so take your role at acting.
Mm-hmm. And the other part too is like every joke that they had in that movie, and well, the jokes in the middle were kind of okay, but the jokes in the beginning and the jokes at the end, it felt like they were just shoehorning those jokes in, and it's just like you could feel it. You're like, but the opening scene between his father and his mother meeting. Bro, it is like that could be its own movie in itself because it's just so beautiful. Like they use martial arts in a way I haven't seen people use martial arts yet. They made it look like a dance, like it was like a beautiful dance sequence put within music, and then like kind of that mystical lore because they're kind of using like magical kung fu, like and it took my breath away.
That it makes me a little excited, but also it also makes me a little scared because I watched the new Mortal Kombat, and that's exactly what it was.
Exact same thing. Opening scene of Mortal Kombat was amazing.
Phenomenal. That should have been just the movie.
The rest of the movie was.
Wouldn't you see a dragon and go, that's not normal?
Was not even just a dumpster fire. It was like a dumpster fire on top of a dumpster fire.
Dude comes in, says, hey, I got the same dragon birthmark. Other guy goes, I would have been like, God, really?
It's weird because me and my gaming buddies had like a whole thing for like a few months because one of them saw it first and was like, oh, dude, Mortal Kombat was amazing. And then I saw it and I came back like trashing it. Like, what are you talking about? That was the stupidest movie I've ever seen. And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I'm like, that movie sucked.
And then the fact that they had to go through the fact that they had to make a brand new character, bring him in, and then that was his power?
They didn't even need to, man. It's like, I don't know, that movie was just off the rails. Like, it could have been something amazing, and they just they missed the mark with it. Like, they just didn't even hit. They didn't even come close to their mark. They were like off of the target.
Weren't they hinting to Johnny Cage being in the next movie?
Yeah, and the thing was, like,
That should have been this movie.
I heard part 2 was already greenlit, so, like, I mean, we're gonna get to see another shitty Mortal Kombat movie.
Like, the first 5 were phenomenal.
But the thing was, though, the first 2, even though they were, like, cheesy, well, it was good cheesy. Mm-hmm. The first 2 Mortal Kombat movies was, like, good cheesy. It's like, because I still find myself going back to them and watching them just for, like, nostalgia and laughing reasons, because you know how cheesy it is, and you're like, yes.
I do that for Street Fighter.
It.
The Street Fighter movie?
Same thing with Street Fighter. You know? It was so bad that it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, because that's what the 80s and the 90s were good at, like making cheesy ass fucking movies that everyone loved because they knew it was cheesy.
Dude, if you don't know your movies out there, what I'll tell you to watch right now is to go online, look up the movie Top Secret, and watch that shit. That is the pinnacle of, it's funny, but, But then it sticks with you, man.
But wait, where were we?
We're talking about
Doctor Strange. Bro, I'm just gonna have to tell you about it. Like, we're gonna have to go through with me telling you about it.
I mean, it's fine because
because I am super fucking hyped for Doctor Strange. And in the beginning, before this trailer even dropped, I was just kind of like, I might be excited about it. I don't know, maybe. But after seeing this trailer, I am so fucking over the moon hyped about it that I'm just like, yo, can a month and a half pass quickly right now? Because it's coming out in May, and I'm ready for it. Like, it starts with him just like saying like, oh, he has these dreams, and then it turns into nightmares, blah blah blah, and then he wakes up, and then he's going around looking for Wanda, finds Wanda. She's in this like grove of trees and stuff like that, and they start talking about the multiverse and stuff like that, because somehow he's broken the multiverse, and they're all like kind of intertwining and stuff. Cuts to like scenes of him with America Chavez like going through dimensions and stuff like that, and they're also fighting Gigantus, which is the one-eyed monster with the tentacles. You know, if you ever played Marvel versus Street Fighter, you know who he is.
Yeah. Which I'm actually cool. That's awesome, because I've always seen him in the
thing is, though,
game.
They changed his name only for property reasons, because even though Marvel does own it, distribution rights are not owned by Marvel. It's still owned by Universal. Ugh. So they changed his name.
Well, I mean,
but it's the same freaking character, dude. You know.
I really want to see what he looks like now, because seeing like in my mind what he looks like in the game, I'm just going, because I after like the Suicide Squad of like, what is his name, Starro, yeah, I was just like, what is he gonna look like on screen?
No, he looks amazing.
Really?
In the previews, it looks just like the guy you use in Marvel vs. Street Fighter. Like, it looks, looks awesome.
I don't know anybody who actually uses him in the game.
I mean, he was kind of a side character in that game, anyways. But,
yeah.
You know, I think not until like Marvel vs. Street Fighter 3 was when he was actually a choosable character. But okay, so then it goes to showing like this ominous person coming over like the area where all the wizards are were like practicing or whatever. Yeah. But like, if you really close up look at it, it's Wanda. Yeah. Everyone's like, okay, Wanda's got to be evil or something like that, because like she's bringing this black cloud over, you know.
Pulling a Dark Phoenix on us.
Huh?
Pulling a Dark Phoenix on us.
Well, I mean, kinda, but I'll go into like theories later, because like there's a theory said by the Real Rejects, which I'll give credit to the Real Rejects, but I think John Campea kind of like somewhat said it way earlier than them. He just didn't really put out the full theory. He was just like kind of like saying this might be this. But yeah, so John Campea and the Real Rejects, I'll give credit to them. But yeah, so Wanda might be the evil one, but then it cuts to like some other scenes. So you see the there's multiple different Doctor Stranges, because you see the Defender Doctor Strange, and you also see evil Doctor Strange,
Weird.
which is like the dead zombie Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But then you see him. He's talking to he's talking to Mordu. And they put him in like these shackles, and he's walking him into a room. And when he walks into the room, you kind of could tell this might be the Illuminati, and which is amazing because they're doing the freaking Illuminati storyline. Which I'm like, in my head, I'm like, are they actually gonna go there? Like this is amazing. This is straight off the comics. Like this is gonna be amazing. And then this guy, you don't really see him, but you see kind of the back of his head. He looks bald. Looks like he's in a wheelchair. Kind of strolls up. You hear his voice, and he says like, "Should we tell him the truth?" And it's Patrick Stewart's voice. And you know who Patrick Stewart is?
The guy on Family Guy.
No.
Fuck with you, yeah. He's Cyclops.
Nope.
Of course I
Fucking
do.
Professor X himself, bro. Professor X in a Marvel movie, man. Like, I am, like, at that point, I'm fucking super fucking, like, over the moon hyped already. Like, just hearing his voice.
I can't tell you how many episodes we've had early on where we speculated this whole thing.
And then, okay, and then cut to him, like, and then it cut to, Wanda's, like, coming in, and she's, like, fucking people up. And then it shows like her looking at herself. So there's two different Wandas, and like she like does a weird like face touch, whatever. I don't know. And then she's fighting someone who looks like Miss Marvel, but you can't really tell if it's Miss Marvel or if it's like a version of Iron Man, because a lot of people are speculating that Tom Cruise is coming in to play Iron Man. I don't think that's true, but like it's speculations out there.
What kind of Mission Impossible? What the
Because this is supposed to be like multiverse stuff, right? Because the other part too is people are saying, even though this is Xavier, it might not be Professor Xavier.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
From the Fox movies. This might be the 1987 cartoon version of Professor X, or
he's got those giant X's on the wheels.
like, or some different Professor X. It's gonna be Professor X, just not the one that we.
I'm glad it's
know
not
it
the
is.
young one. I get it. He's a good actor, but it really changes my view of Professor.
And then also in the background too, you see statues of they did a What If series. I don't know if you watched the What If series, but in What If's Agent Carter became Captain America. Well, not Captain America, but Captain America. Whatever. Captain Britain, or I forget what her name was.
Part of Excalibur?
No. Kind of like that, but like her own version.
Yeah.
Basically, like they're her own version of Captain America, but for her country. And so they're saying like she might be part of the Illuminati. They don't know if they're gonna bring in Namor, but like basically, if they're gonna do Illuminati, there's a few people that we know that are gonna be there. There should be Mr. Fantastic. Was it Wakanda? Black Panther.
Yeah.
Namor, and Iron Man.
I really hope Namor doesn't look like how he looks in the comics.
Well, see, Marvel always does a good job of.
He's. Do you watch Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
He's gonna look like the first episode of season 5 where it's like they touch the ocean, and then that guy is just like, what's his name? He's like, I am Seaman or something. He's Rick's mortal enemy, and he just looks like.
Nah, I don't think it's gonna look like that. But and then it shows Doctor Strange fighting like this evil like zombie looking Doctor Strange, and there's like all these like monsters like flying around and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of, I mean, that's basically like the gist of it. But like, yeah.
So there's a lot fucking going on this one.
Oh yeah, and there's more too because like theory YouTubers that do theories and stuff like that, they go in and deep dive on it, and I've watched almost every one of them. And there's a lot of shit that I missed and that I didn't even say, but like there's just like a lot of like itty bitty thing. And here's the theory. Let's get into the theory of the Real Reject guys. They're saying, what if, because I don't know if you ever read the comics, but there's the series where Wanda, she loses her kids, and because she loses her kids, she gets so mad she goes, no more mutants. And it makes it so that almost 95% of every mutant just disappears.
I think I'm aware of that one. Yeah.
Now the theory is that has already happened. That's why in the Marvel universe there's no mutants, because she had already said no more mutants, and they're gonna do a reverse storyline where she says, give us mutants. And then that brings on all the mutants, which brings in Professor X and the X-Men.
That is, man, now I really want to see what's going on with that, because I'm actually very interested, because I actually have a lot of the What If series. I will say, if you ever get a chance to read the What If series, one of the best ones is Wolverine becomes the Lord of the Vampires.
I think I've seen that.
And it just shows like what can really be done. But I kind of want to see what's going on with that, because I have yet to see the Spider-Man with 3 Spider-Man.
You haven't seen No Way Home yet?
I haven't yet, because I'm watching it with Alyssa. I'm going down the list because we want to see that one. So we're going down the list.
So good.
We're at Homecoming right now. And I'm just trying to do it with, and it's hard to be like, hey, we got a kid.
Wait,
let's watch 4 movies.
From the Sam Raimi going all the way?
No, we're just doing the one that starts with what's his name? Not the Hawk?
Who?
The guy with the wings. He was he looks like one of those buzzards from the he's
buzzards?
Like the birds that pick off.
Oh, you mean the villain, the vulture.
The vulture, that's not the Hawk.
Oh, so you're just doing the Tom Holland series?
Yeah, just the Tom Holland series going up to that movie.
And all you've gotten to is Homecoming?
It's hard with a kid.
That's like the first movie, bro.
It's hard with a kid. When I start watching a movie, you know how hard it is to get us not to just go, well, we're both going to fall asleep now.
Dude, I mean, your mom will babysit.
So we're up to the one with Mysterio. We just finished that one.
Yeah, then you're here.
And then we're gonna watch that new one, but we have yet to watch it yet. We were gonna watch it in theaters, but then we said, "Fuck it, watch Jackass." We'll admit though, it's okay.
Bro, no way home.
I gotta watch
Top
it,
notch,
man.
bro.
I gotta watch it.
It's so good.
I saw a lot of it. I've been seeing a lot of scenes, and I'm just like, it's ruining it for me because I want to see where they go. I want to see what happens because.
And the thing is like, I went in there already knowing spoilers, but even still, I'm just watching it all. I was just like, yeah, yeah, this is it. This is what everybody wanted.
It's fan service with content. Like, I mean, what more could you get?
So good, bro. So good.
The only way they could have gone better is just, oh hey, Miles Morales, or hey.
Yeah. I mean, if they brought in Miles Morales, I think it'd just be like overload.
Yeah, there was that one part where he
like, I thought you were black.
Yeah, I thought you were black, and I was like,
yeah, it was kind of
you don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of hinting at it. Because the thing is, everyone already knows that Miles Morales exists in that universe because in the first movie he fucked with his uncle, and his uncle talks about Miles Morales. So like we already know he exists in that universe. We just don't know if he's become a Spider-Man yet, but we know he's there.
Have they found anybody for screen accurate version of Miles Morales, or are we still on? He's only been CG'd. He's only been animated.
So
that's probably one of the issues that we don't have
back in the day, they were speculating this one actor. I don't remember his name. I just remember seeing a picture of him. He was kind of a Puerto Rican, but dark-skinned Puerto Rican. I mean, he could grow into the character.
Yeah,
and because that's what Miles Morales really is supposed to be. He's supposed to be like a black kid, but with Spanish roots, or not roots, but mixed with Spanish.
I mean, it's New York, so yeah.
So you could see a Puerto Rican kid playing Miles Morales. So like.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we're also supposed to be having the younger Indian Miss Marvel, and then
trailer for that show already dropped too.
Really?
I'm a little bit like 50-50 on it because they changed her whole power setting. I'm like, she doesn't have those powers, but hey, I'm not gonna judge it until the show comes out.
What powers does she have?
It shows that she does these like these power surges and stuff like that when she's only supposed to be able to grow her limbs and stuff.
Her fist and
Yeah.
stuff
She never had these like power surge energy things, but in the trailer it shows that she does that stuff.
Screw it, fun Squirrel Girl
Bro.
over Miss Marvel.
I mean, there's back in the I don't know how long ago, but there was supposed to be rumors that they were supposed to do a Squirrel Girl show.
I was waiting for it. I was excited because Squirrel Girl is. I mean, I read the comics. It's pretty.
But
funny.
I mean, like all the listings of all the shows that are supposed to be coming out, like actually looks amazing. I'm like, I'm for it. Like, give me all of it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just weird when they change power settings for certain characters when you're used to them having a certain power series in the comics. But I don't know. We'll find out when the show comes. I mean, the Moon Knight trailer looks amazing for the new show. Give me all that, like, because that sets up the whole dark universe of Marvel.
Have you seen the Morbius trailer?
The Morbius trailer, I mean, I have.
That's a little different.
It looks cool. The only thing is that it's a Sony property.
Yeah.
Only thing about it, it's a Sony property, and Sony and Marvel has this weird relationship. Like for Spider-Man, they'll play friendly with each other. For other properties, I don't know where they're at.
They're parents that stay together for the kid.
Yeah, kinda.
But behind the scenes, they're just like.
Because the thing is Morbius is referencing Marvel stuff, but the Marvel Studio and Kevin Feige are like, yo, we don't have nothing to do with Morbius. I'm like, so I don't know what to believe because the trailer says one thing, but then Kevin Feige comes out and says a whole nother thing. So like, I don't know. It'd be amazing if they did kind of intertwine somehow, because I mean, I would love to see all those villains play with. I want
to see my parents
Marvel.
talk again.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see them bickering.
I don't know, man. I just don't know. The trailer looks good. If the movie's gonna be good, I have no clue.
Well,
because the thing is, the Doctor Strange trailer looks amazing. I know for a fact the movie's gonna be amazing because it's a Marvel property, and Marvel has, besides Eternals, Marvel has not.
I was about to bring that up.
Has not done me wrong yet. And the thing is, they didn't really do it. They didn't really do me wrong with Eternals. Just not my cup of tea.
What was that one dude? He was on Silicon Valley, the Indian guy. The Indian guy that got really buff.
He's never been on Silicon Valley. You're thinking about a different Indian guy.
Eternals?
Yes.
Is he not in Eternals? What was he in?
That Indian guy from Silicon Valley, different Indian guy.
Really?
Yes.
Because I heard, because this is why I didn't watch the.
Kumail Nanjiani is a different Indian guy. He's not from Silicon Valley. The Silicon Valley Indian guy is a more skinnier guy. Look it up, bro.
I gotta look it up.
Because the thing is, Silicon Valley, one of my favorite shows. Or am I wrong?
Kumail Nanjiani is in Eternals. That's him. He got buff as shit for the show.
Yeah, I know, but he's not from Silicon Valley. Let me look up Silicon Valley.
Kumail Nanjiani played his role as Dinesh on HBO series Silicon Valley.
Really? What?
You saw it here first.
Oh, he did. Oh my God. Okay, never mind then.
I was like, you got me all fucked up. I was like, am I being racist right now?
Oh, maybe I was being. I don't know. I might have been thinking of a different show, but
Well, I mean, he
But
did
yeah.
change completely for that role. Like
here's here's the thing though. Kumail Nanjiani, funny as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Disappointing in internals.
Well,
He was only in the movie for like what, a good 10 minutes.
I know, but I'm used to watching him stream and play games and do stuff like that. So when it comes to like movies, Dinesh was awesome. I didn't think he was gonna do that great in more of a serious role, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, and not just that he wasn't even in the movie for that much. They made him look like a dick at the end. Like, because he was like all this shit is happening. You guys are fighting. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with this, and just walks away.
See, this is why I gotta watch it, because I'm like, I did hear it, kind of just mediocre stuff about it.
But here's another thing. The Eternals kind of helps the theory of what the Real Rejects and John Campea says, that maybe mutants already existed and that Wanda had like made them disappear like way before, because the Eternals, once they left Earth, they left babies there that should have a special gene, the mutant gene, mutants came from the Eternals, so like they should have already existed at that point, but for some weird reason never came to fruition. But the thing is, maybe they did, and Wanda had already did the whole no more mutants thing.
Here's the fucked up thing. Imagine she said that, and all of a sudden some lady somewhere is just like, the fuck's my baby?
But that's the thing. Or I mean, it might not even be that way. It might just been just that their mutant powers just disappear.
True.
And the person is still there, but their mutant powers just go away. But leaving the 5% of certain mutants still there, but they don't call them mutants because they just show their powers as a special attribution to themselves.
See, this is
kind of like
why...
her brother, because her brother had super speed, and they didn't consider him a mutant.
Wasn't he Quicksilver, or was his father Quicksilver?
No, he's Quicksilver. Their father is supposed to be Magneto.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. See, okay, this is why when you say stuff about like Doctor Strange, it gets me a little interested, because one of my favorite series has to be Excalibur, because it has one of my favorite characters, Nightcrawler. And they don't give him enough credit.
And there's the thing too. That's why I'm excited, because if they bring in mutants and X-Men this way, I know that Kevin Feige kind of likes Nightcrawler because he helped in the first two X-Men's, and really the best rendition of a live version of Nightcrawler was in the first few X-Men movies, even though they didn't really give him much to do. But I mean, if they just bring back any type of Nightcrawler into this universe, I'm stoked for it. Not
the movie with the one guy who takes pictures at night. Not that Nightcrawler movie. That got me really confused, because I actually went to go see it, and I was just like, what is this?
This is a Nightcrawler? What's going on? But yeah, I mean, look, I want to see Kevin Feige do X-Men, because he helped in the first two X-Men, which were kind of like the best X-Men movies, but then left because like he wanted to do more, and he couldn't do more with Fox, so he went and started working with Marvel, which is a good thing, because now he is the head of Marvel.
If they were to bring back Wolverine, would you want to keep the same Wolverine, or you want to go for somebody new?
No, give us somebody new. I mean, I know everyone wants to see Hugh Jackman again, but, bro, like, let's redo the whole. If we're gonna redo the whole thing, let's redo the whole thing. That's why I'm okay with them saying that this might be a different version of Xavier, which is fine. Like, this is a different version of Xavier, and when they bring in the actual real X-Men, give us a new Xavier. Give us a new Wolverine. Everybody brand new.
Well, it really depends on who they're gonna bring in with it, because they could totally go with Jean Grey as like a main character, or
I mean, they kind of have to.
Yeah.
Because she's always been a main character.
She's always been like a main side character.
Cyclops, like, Jean Grey, and Wolverine. Those are the main X-Men. You know.
I mean, it would piss me off if there's another movie with just Xavier and Beast. I was just like, I get it. They're the main guys that helped everybody out, but come on.
And here's the thing, too. This Doctor Strange movie is supposed to be riddled with cameos. So you're talking about Deadpool. You're talking about Xavier. You're talking about Wolverine. I mean, like, you don't know who else is going to show up.
Oh, my God. What if we got...
And a lot of people are speculating that it's going to be Wolverine in his actual yellow uniform.
Oh, he better, man. I wanted to see Sabretooth with that big fucking jacket. And, well, here's the thing.
I don't need
What
to
if we
that.
get no-mouth Deadpool?
No, it's going to be Deadpool. Because it's supposed to kind of somewhat set up Deadpool 3.
That'd be cool.
Because that's supposed to come out, and that's supposed to be the first Marvel movie that's going to be rated R. You know, and then that's going to like give, so then that way they're going to see how that happens, and then that's going to give way to Blade, which is supposed to be rated R, and then also giving way to Marvel's Dark Universe, which is, you know.
So here's one of the things is
what's his name? I already said it. Moon Knight and stuff.
Moon Knight, yeah.
And Daredevil, Moon Knight and stuff like that, and Punisher.
I don't like how they did this last Daredevil TV show.
I loved it.
Really, it was good, but I'm like,
it was so good. The only thing that sucks is most of all the other series.
Yeah,
those sucked.
It may have been a while since I watched it. I admit it was like I watched the whole thing.
But Daredevil, here's the thing: Daredevil and Punisher, those Netflix series. Oh my god, I loved it. Iron Fist sucked. Jessica Jones started off good, but then sucked. Great.
So
now I gotta go in and cut stuff out.
Well, I'm just gonna be holding two sandwiches. So
yeah, you're gonna be magically holding two sandwiches.
So what we were talking about was weren't they going to? Yeah, fucking sandwiches, man.
No, okay.
Weren't they gonna change the Punisher's symbol? Didn't they try to like go down this route where they were like Punisher? Because the last movie I saw with the Punisher was with that one guy. What was his name? He had that like. He has that memorable face. He has the dark hair. He's kind of buff.
I don't know.
I didn't watch.
Look,
really.
the movies sucked. I mean, the movies tried too hard. That's what
they really did.
They just tried too hard. The TV show did it so right because it went in a real direction. It was a guy who was dealing with PTSD from doing the wrong thing, and then getting like because his past kind of came back to haunt him, which ended up getting his family killed, and then him having PTSD on that, and then trying to find out who actually killed his family and getting revenge.
Yeah, like it was like a Max Payne story where it's an inverted story of himself, not these movies where he just goes on a killing spree for a few days and then okay, what next? They just kind of leave it on that.
But like, it was so good though. But yeah, what was I? Oh yeah, Jessica Jones first series was kind of good, but then second series bored the shit out of me. I fell asleep trying to even finish that show. They did the Defenders, which kind of like flopped. I thought that was horrible, like it's just so bad. And then what's the other guy? Big black dude. I forget his name. Which says a lot because I don't remember his freaking name.
Wait, from what?
The show sucks. From the Netflix series.
Wait, what Netflix series.
Well, there you go. See,
That's the thing. Like the only
Okay,
other guy I was thinking
I'm
of
gonna look it up.
was from the
I want to actually, like,
the Justice League thing where they pulled out like a cyborg.
no, not Cyborg. But almost kind of in the same vein though.
Watch, you're gonna say the name, and we're still not gonna have any idea. While he's looking that up, I'm gonna put this out there. You know what IP needs to be brought back? Spawn.
They've tried, bro. They're trying. Like the person who the guy, the creator, dude. He even did like a fundraiser to like try to start it off. Did not.
Where's John Leguizamo with all of his?
Did not even go anywhere, bro. Like, but like he was supposed to do a new series or movie series of it and shit, and never came to fruition.
Well, that sucks. 'Cause I was watching that old Spawn movie, and I was just like, man, if this movie was tried to be made nowadays, it would be in such a better light. Because
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, there you go.
Okay, and the thing about Luke Cage was, it had potential, but it became a cartoon at the end.
Yeah.
And it was just like, like, can't any of these, like, I was like, can't any of these series just match Daredevil? Just be it real. But
This is why I had such high expectation for Iron Fist.
oh, I didn't. It was
Really?
It was a white
Well-
guy. It was a white. Here's the thing, because they noted it in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
White guy who does not know martial arts. Mm-hmm. The comic character, he is a master. He's a martial arts master.
Yep.
Why are you gonna cast a white guy who doesn't know any martial arts? Do you not know any MMA fighters out there that could act?
Exactly.
Just go pick any one of them.
He doesn't have to have a huge Screen Actors Guild back to him. You get a good guy who knows his martial arts, who is into acting. Next thing you know, you're gonna have a come up star that just out of nowhere.
The thing is, they went and chose a pretty face instead of like fighting ability.
Yeah.
And where I think if they just went out and found a guy with fighting ability, they could have worked on his acting and it would have been way better. You know?
Dude, this is why even the Mortal Kombat, I was like, really? This guy?
Because here's the thing. The thing that made Daredevil so good was his action sequence, because they did a lot of one-shots. They didn't do cuts. And the thing about Iron Fist, why it was so bad, they did so many cuts that it gave me a headache. You know? The one shots that they did with Daredevil, where he was the famous hallway scene where he just fought through the whole hallway in one gigantic shot, was just like perfect.
It reminded it gave me that feeling of like okay, now thinking about it again, it was a pretty good show. I guess it was just so long ago I wasn't giving it the credit it was due. What is that? It's it gave me the reminiscent of that one kung fu movie. What is it, like
The Raid?
No, close. Not Good Boy or
Old Boy?
Old Boy. Is that the kung fu movie I'm talking about?
Well, it's not kung fu. It's a Korean revenge drama, but
Then maybe I'm not, because there was this one movie that I watched that was this long hallway scene, and they did not cut once.
well, I know The Raid had a hallway scene with no cuts, and Old Boy had a hallway scene with no cuts. But you can't really say Old Boy's a kung fu movie. It was like kind of a thriller drama revenge story.
It wasn't kung fu. He just kicked a lot of ass.
Yeah, could have been Old Boy.
I think it was Old Boy. I was thinking of.
But it's Korean though.
Yeah, okay. I'm Asian, and it's still hard for me.
Oh, speaking of, I converted one of my white friends into liking anime.
I turned one of my white friends Korean.
Because like for the longest he just didn't want to. I was like, dude, just watch it. Because I was like, because the thing
better not have said One Piece. That man is still sitting in his room.
For one thing, we talked him into watching Incredible. Is it not Incredible? Invincible. Wait,
is that an anime?
Wait.
That's not an anime. I'd
No,
call
it's
that
not.
like a
It's
comic.
not an anime, but. That's what made me jump into recommending him an anime.
That was a good show. I just wish it didn't take the whole season for him to start turning weird. Like, we should have seen him start getting a little more insane.
Invincible. No, dude, I loved it.
But it took like the
Well,
last
here's the thing.
episode for them to start.
The only thing I didn't like was the last episode because I was like, really, you're gonna end it? You're gonna end it there?
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna end it? Like, but.
I know you're leaving it to the point where maybe he'll come back with others. Maybe he's just gone forever. Maybe you should have told me more.
It just didn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
But other than that, dude, the whole series was good because that's what the series was him trying to become what he was supposed to become. And I was down for it. And even though it was like not so well animated, the storyline and the sequences made it great.
Yeah.
I loved it. But because I knew that he liked, I talked him into watching that, and because I knew that he liked it, I was like, bro, I know you hate anime, but if you give this one, I basically talked him to watching Attack on Titan.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Like, if you watch Attack on Titan, you're gonna love it. And he started with just a couple episodes, binged all the way to freaking 4 seasons.
Can we talk a minute about the One Piece studios getting hacked?
Getting what?
Did you not hear that?
What? Hacked?
The One Piece studio getting hacked.
It got hacked?
And they're stopping the show indefinitely until they figure out what that's
Well, hey, man.
going on.
Can they just end it already, please?
Apparently, some of the creators and some of the producers know what the endings are, and their time frame is probably within the next 5 years.
I would like it. And here's the thing. It's not that I want it to finish, but...
I want it to
God
finish.
damn, we've been going for so long.
It's hard.
Can we have a finish? I mean, Naruto had a finish, and it made me feel complete.
It did, but also left us with a small cancerous show called Boruto. It's good. It's good.
That's indifference though, because there's a lot of people out there that likes Boruto.
Yeah, there's good. It's just I like how they're bringing in more of like the ninja tools that they have nowadays, where it's like they actually have wristwatch that. Like,
in fact, I've even started to think like maybe I should start watching Boruto, but I don't know yet.
I can't get over that name. God damn it!
The name doesn't really matter to me. Just make sure the show's good. Because
growing up with Naruto and stuff like that and One Piece, it's hard for me to see things like Hunter x Hunter and.
Oh, I can't take Hunter x Hunter.
I gave people like it.
I gave it a try, and I know that's the thing. I gave it a try. I can't get over the animation.
Yeah, you're right. There's something about it.
It's just so old school. I can't do the old school animation style.
But now there's shit like Beastars coming out.
And here's the thing. That's kind of the reason why I held off on Naruto for so long. I remember watching the first 2 episodes, and the animation in the first 2 episodes were so different from the animation later on that I was like, I can't take this animation until someone I forgot who it was. Someone convinced me to just give it like 10 episodes, and I gave it 10 episodes. And that's the other thing. Towards the 10th episode, you could see the animation get newer.
That's the thing. I was even showing Alyssa, and we went through. Well, I started her on some of the first episodes, and I was like, okay. So I skipped a bit, and then I started after the tuning exams, I started at the Rock Lee Gaara fight. And I was like...
Yeah, animation changes.
It's crazy, because after that, you can see they have those buffer episodes, and then all of a sudden, you're just like...
Like,
whoa!
Oh, did they get brand new artists?
Yeah, brand new artists, brand new color.
It becomes so much better and so much more viewable.
And now that you're actually able to watch all the episodes, it's crazy because in one day, you'll see the art change like 3 times.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because I lived through that, and you lived through it too, where you had to wait that week, or like even for One Piece, you had to wait for the new episode to come out. It's crazy because now you're just like. You didn't notice it at all. Or now you can notice everything. But back then, it was so hard waiting a week for an episode just to find out it was a filler
episode. Yeah, and you get pissed off.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, maybe next week. Okay, maybe next week. And then all of a sudden, you're just like, what happened to this show? And then I watched the first episode of Boruto. There are so many, like, bright, flashy colors. It seems like a whole new show.
Yeah. Do they still do filler episodes?
Yeah.
Nah, it sucks.
I think. I don't
Here's the
know.
Here's the thing that I've noticed about these new animes. They've gone the days of filler episodes. They're just all story, no filler. Well, which is good, and I love that.
Here's the thing. I mean, you gotta admit, a lot of studios are willing to take that risk of here's the money to support that because maybe it's going to be a great show. Back then it was, all right, you guys are getting some views, but also,
Well, I mean, and also I feel like I feel like the way they do that, it's all wrong, because the anime comes out in Japan first, which is the smallest community. So they don't know that it's a big hit until after it hits America, and then they realize it's a big hit, and by then, they might have already canceled the show because because it didn't do good in Japan. Because there's a lot of good animes that disappears because of that. They don't wait until it hits American markets. They just look at the Japanese market and then decide then, and then if we're lucky, we get to see it, and then. Did it die already by that time, or are they gonna get a second season? You know, some of the lucky ones are like, you know, Attack on Titan and stuff like that. Like they did so well in Japan, they're like, okay, another season, and then by the time we get to see it, we're like, okay, cool. I know there's second season coming on, you know, but even still though, third season almost didn't even happen.
Did you watch Dr. Stone?
Who?
Dr. Stone? Really? It's okay. It's a good show. But it's one of those shows that has a few seasons and there's an actual ending to it. It's one of the only few animes out there that you feel concluded by watching it. You don't get that much from anime.
No. Well, here's the thing too, and this is why I kind of want One Piece to end. One Piece had a good ending already. Had an emotional fucking soul tearjerker. I remember when I watched this storyline of One Piece, when it hit the end of this storyline, it was so good that I was left like, dude, river, like waterfalls of tears, and I don't know how long I was just like, I couldn't stop crying because that ending of that storyline was so good. They should have just ended it there, but no. At the end of that episode, get ready for next week. I'm like, oh my god, really? Like, you took my fucking soul there, and you're just gonna wait for next week. I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, at this point, you're just kind of like, what's the word? There's a saying. It's just like, kind of blowing smoke up their ass.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you get it, you know. You see all these pirates turn into lords and all these like big things, and you're like, man, you guys are already there. Why? Like looking at Zoro right now. He is someone you don't want to mess with. But now you're telling me there's another adventure he's got to go on?
Yeah, dude. They should just... I mean, I would love to see an ending for it. Just a finite ending, man. And if they want to do, like, maybe, like, spin-offs, they go ahead.
This is why
give me a finite ending for One Piece.
This is why it sucks. Because now there's a hiatus to even continuing.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, it's true, I guess. I don't know. But it gives people who's behind a chance to catch up.
True.
Watch that whole 1,000 episodes.
Well, you shouldn't be saying that because I just started rewatching it and I just got to the part where Zoro gets his other cursed swords.
Oh my
and
God.
I'm just like, I don't want to go through all that. I don't want to go through all that.
Try getting through Ghost Island. Oh my god! I mean, even though it showed me one of the characters I really loved. I mean, you only get to see her on that island. You don't ever see her again afterwards. But still, it was so hard to get through Ghost Island.
Talking about shows that leave you kind of wanting something, but also kind of not. I am so over the Stranger Things, man. When they come back with the next season...
Well, the thing is, next season's supposed to be the last season.
I know, but that's why I'm hoping it's going to be worth it.
The thing is, dude, I'm not over it. I love it. Give me all of 11. I don't care.
Well, okay, so I get it. It's just it takes so damn long.
The thing is, it's nostalgia berries. I love those nostalgia berries. Give it. I'll take it. I'll keep on eating it. You go fuck.
This is why, I know you're playing, what's the new Call of Duty? Vanguard?
Yeah, Vanguard. But Vanguard sucks.
Does it?
Not worth the money.
So stick to Warzone?
Yes, stick to Warzone. But here's the thing, though, dude. You don't get any of the fucking new weapons if you don't have Vanguard. That's the only reason why I even bought it. Just to get the new guns.
I'm cool because I only Yeah, I admit some of the newer guns are really cool to have, but I took a long time to get that last skin for season 1 of the last game. After doing all that, I'm at the point where I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to go through all that again. I just want to play a game, but the thing I can't get about Warzone is just like I can't really get into it because I was playing the early versions of like PUBG. I was even playing the early versions of like Arma 3 back when it was the whole like brand new drop in and play your game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for 1 week only, if I put this out soonish, for 1 week only, Fortnite is doing a no build version. So if you guys want to play Fortnite without build, they're doing that for 1 week.
Tell me why there's a game out there where I could play as Naruto, banging an M16, shooting at Spider-Man, while Ariana Grande is swinging from tree to tree.
Hey, that's Fortnite for you, bro. I mean, people love it. The kids love it. It is the number one free to play game out there.
It is, but it's not free to play because as soon as you play, you put in like $100.
I mean, if you want skins, but I mean, come on, that's just the kids. That's for the kids,
dude.
The kids are like, mom, buy me this skin. I want to be Spider-Man.
Okay, so
I'll tell you what though, I'm really jealous that they did Naruto.
I wanted to get it too. I was like, that's the only reason I was gonna get it because
here's the thing, they actually did like the characters you liked.
They did it really well.
The thing is, Call of Duty tried to do that. They did Attack on Titan, but it did not look like like the Titan looked cool, but bro, you use that Titan in those maps, you're the first thing everybody sees. You know, and that's the thing. Like in Call of Duty, you want to be hidden. You don't want to be like, hey, look at me. Well, unless you're like super good and sweaty.
That's why you gotta play as Bruce Willis. That's all I'm saying. Bruce Willis or Rambo.
And here's the thing, dude. Fuck Ghostface because god damn it,
hard.
He's the new sweaty skin. Everyone who's good, because back in the days it was the rose skin, but nowadays anybody who's good and anyone who knows movement and anyone who's fucking sweaty as fuck is using the Ghostface skin, and I fucking hate them with a passion.
What was that one everybody was mad about? That was like a black mask with a black suit.
Yeah, the rose skin.
That was it. Oh,
because
okay.
the thing with the rose skin is the old map, Verdansk. There was these corners in buildings where it was just black, and if you had the rose skin on and you just sat there, you couldn't see her. You didn't even know she was there.
Don't you miss when the only thing you needed to get was a gold gun?
But here's the thing, though, dude. I love fucking Warzone. I play it every fucking day, and the thing about it is, for me, is that I always I try to stay on top of my meta guns, but I also like getting wins without meta guns. I even like I bit off of Tim the Tatman a little bit because I saw him using just missile launchers and a sniper. And I went in with just a missile launcher and sniper and won me a match, and that shit was fucking amazing. You know, you going in. I mean, it's kind of toxic, but it's fun as fuck.
Hey, I mean, this was coming from when we would literally be in that living room, taking turn for turn, free for all, and you were only sniper. Yeah, you were really good at that shit.
Yeah, I love it. I'm still not good at quick scoping, but with the Kar 98, the Modern Warfare Kar 98, I'm 80% hit rate. So I'm fine with it.
See, I was one of the guys that I loved the FAL just because it was like strong for a tap, but also you didn't have to like recock the gun every single time.
You missed out on the DMR.
Well, see, here's the thing. That's why, like, when it comes down to the newer games, there are so many different builds that one or two really have a broken build, and all of a sudden you get a guy running around with an Uzi or some kind of little Mac 10, and next thing you know,
they went through so many broken builds. Like there's been so many nerfs and buffs and stuff like that. Like it's fucking.
It's insane. the Akimbo double shotguns all over again.
Oh, we just had that.
Really?
There was a shotgun that was built kind of like what was it, the 1920 something or something?
Yeah, it was like something like that.
But yeah, it was built kind of like that. It had the same like reload motion, and yeah, it was just like a one shot.
Just
tap.
ta-ta,
Boom.
ta-ta.
Yeah.
God damn, man.
But yeah, but that's why I love it, because every other week or so there is a new meta. There's new nerf buffs and stuff like that. And the thing is, I also like going with old school weapons that no one uses like anymore, and just fucking wrecking shit with it. And like, it's, I don't know. To me, it's fun.
Here's the one thing I don't get about Warzone is that when you all get respawned and you float in your parachute down, you're such a big target.
But I mean, that's the thing, because it's, you got to know where to go. Like, case in point, one of the guys that I play with, he likes to like float and case out the joint before dropping. That's a problem sometimes, because like, if you're in a lobby that has a good sniper in there, you're fucked.
Also,
but here's the thing that they've started doing, and it's pissing me off, because I used to be one of those snipers that if I see you up in the air, you're fucking dead. They're doing spawn protection now. So if you and the thing is I don't know when it ends, because I've shot people coming out of the air all the way until they're like this close, like an inch away from the ground, and they still got spawn protection. But I've been sniped out of the air, and I don't know what causes it that allows me to get sniped, because I'm beaming some guy in the air, and he has spawn protection all the way down to the ground.
wasn't it like you could shoot their parachute and then they'd have to fall?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. Because
But in the beginning, you could just kill them off rip. They could have just spawned, and you could just boom. If you see them and you hit the shot, they're dead.
This is why even if a new Call of Duty game came out, everybody's just gonna stick with Warzone unless it's like such an awesome game.
Yeah.
But then you're gonna lose all your skins. You're gonna lose all the guns.
The thing is skins and new guns. That's the thing. I mean, and also they're coming out with Warzone 2, so we don't know what the heck that's gonna be.
Warzone 2.
Yeah.
They better have some kind of like grandfathered in shit, because I know it's at this point. I get, when I was younger, I'd get all the new Call of Duties. I'd be like, all right, fuck that game, starting a new one, start fresh. At this point, I'm like, god damn, that was a lot of work.
But the thing is, I love I'm still working on Vanguard right now, because I have my mindset on getting the last camo for all the guns. So
Also,
and it's a lot of work. I mean, come on, I only did one game, and you helped me with it.
Well, okay, so here's the thing I don't get about. Okay, so Warzone cross platform, right? Tell me why. I'm just scrolling on TikTok. Every fifth one is a dude aimbotting on Warzone.
I mean, but they brought in Ricochet, which is supposed to help that. But yeah, there's still hackers that figure out a way to get around it. So there's they're still existing, but it's been less now since they applied Ricochet.
Yeah, because then they start with the it was like those mannequins that would get them to shoot them, and if they shot at the mannequin head for like enough times, they'd be like, okay, we gotta check that person. But if you keep going down this route of like, isn't it free to play? If you ban the guy, he's just gonna get a new account, keep playing. That's why it was kind of a deterrent with like Counter-Strike back in the day, because you had to buy a fucking $20 game again because they would ban that purchase.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a process. But I mean, like, you kind of get used to it. Tell the truth. Like, you don't know how many times like me and my friends like hop on and we're like, we got this, and we're like, and we're working the lobby, we're fucking doing good. It's getting down to almost the final circle. Like, everyone's dialed in. I've hit my snipes, and my friends like beam some dude and everything like that. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, one by one, we're just like, I'm dead, but I don't know how. I'm dead too. And then you watch the kill cam, and it's a guy far as fuck away, not even aiming. Dick. We just got hacked on, bro. But we just come to that realization, like, some games you're just gonna get hacked on, and we're fine with it, because you're not gonna get hacked on. You're not gonna get hacked on every game now, because they have an anti-cheat now. They have Ricochet now, which doesn't automatically delete them right away, but it makes it so that it's more annoying for them to try to cheat, and that's fine, because as long as we're not getting hacked on on every single game, I'm good with it. Because in Verdank's time, bro, it was almost like 4 games in a row you get hacked on.
See, this is why I liked playing the way I liked, but I was honestly surprised I didn't get banned. Because when I played with you guys, I had the setup where I was like, I had my computer, and then I had my Xbox, and then I had like 2 screens. And I admit I was a supporter of some of the people that had cross-platform modules that you would be able to like plug in keyboard and mouse to like a Wii or like a Switch.
Well, I don't think that's considered hacking though.
I know
that's just you being more favored to mouse and keyboard.
But then again, it did give me that advantage because I mean, there would even be times where we'd be playing and you'd have people going like, "What the hell?"
There comes the argument: is the aim assist on a controller much more powerful than someone on mouse and keyboard? Because that's the thing that mouse and keyboard players hate on controller players. Mouse and keyboard players are saying like, we don't have aim assist to rely on. It's all skill. And then they're like, controller players have aim assist, and controller players are like, well, we don't have the accuracy of a flick. Mm-hmm. We can't flick on someone and be accurate like a controller, mouse and keyboard.
So okay, so but you see, when we would used to play back in the day, you would be playing on controller. Everybody else would be playing on controller. Even Alyssa would be playing on controller.
I'm still on controller.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nowadays?
In fact,
with that setup?
Yeah. In fact, the only thing that's even bumped my skill up a little bit is I've now started using paddles.
Yeah, paddles are good sometimes.
I've just started using paddles, and it's like it's changed my playstyle.
With as a person with like some severely slight OCD, it is hard to play with paddles because I'm just
in the beginning. Yes, like there's been some times where like I didn't even want to jump, but because I'm so like my fingers are twitchy, I accidentally jumped because I hit the paddle for no reason.
I've had to take them out, but I'm still fucking with those little buttons. I'm just like, it still happens.
Or one of my paddles is programmed to plate, but if you don't hold it down, if you just tap it, it switches your gun. And so when I go to just want to like replate, and I don't hold it long enough, it changes my gun, and then I have my sniper out, and I don't have my SMG out, and then someone runs up, and I'm like, oh fuck.
You know what did it for me? I tried to play Apex Legends.
Oh man,
didn't go well.
Well, here's the thing, man. Well, I don't know. I don't want to get into it because I have a whole spiel on.
Well, we can get on it next time because it's not going to change.
And the thing is, I love Apex Legends. I just was not good at it because it was just so hard. And I think that's the reason why people love it is because you have to kind of have to have skills to be good at it.
It's like, it's the one thing I liked about Overwatch because your character has a certain skill. You need to learn how to play that skill, but also it's giving everybody that platform like Call of Duty where it's a level playing field.
Yeah.
But it's a little of mixture of both, but also I'm just trying to play, and all of a sudden this guy has a giant like force field and all this extra shit.
That's the reason why Apex Legends never went on the solo route because it was a team-based game. You had to have people with certain abilities, and you got to mesh well, and you got to know how to use it together. And not just that, but in a gunfight, you have to know how to maneuver and hit your shots. Because if you weren't good at maneuvering and hitting your shots, you're dead right away, and you're not doing any damage to the other guy. And that's why it was so fun. The only reason why I never got good at it was because I was still learning how to maneuver and use my abilities. I wasn't good at that yet. And we didn't have a core. I didn't have a core of friends that were. I only had one guy who was into playing it. But every time we would play, one or two other friends show up and they're like, "Oh, we don't like that game," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck. All right, we'll play Warzone then. Let's go." So I never had time to get good at it.
This is why, man. Overwatch dropped off. It took them so long to get Overwatch 2 out.
Although I played a few with Dada. And that was fun because
it's fun.
Because when you get someone that knows how to maneuver like Dada, you do better. You know.
But then again, this is why I wish I got back into computers because I miss playing with you guys. But also, it's one of those things where I'm like, I was kind of glad I didn't have a computer for a few years because it made me really reset. Because I used to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes you need that time off.
Yeah. But now I'm in that moment where I'm like, I also kind of miss gaming.
Hey, it's the shit, bro. Look, I was already wanting to transition into PCs.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't have the means. And then when I did have the means, the fucking pandemic happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah,
which like fucked everything up because it rose the price of everything. And oh my God, it was just a mess.
Yeah, see, that was the thing. I got into PCs a little, like, my entire life. I've been building PCs since I was, like, 10 with my dad. And then we got to the point where I'm like, I officially paid enough money to get all the shit I needed, put it together, got a good gaming PC. And then as soon as it started to get out of date, that's when the pandemic happened and all the rising prices. And that's why I was just like, all right, my computer literally sparked and crapped itself.
Oh, shit.
Like, it smoked. And I was just like, okay, need to look into a new one. And all this stuff, I was just like,
It was too
man,
pricey.
now is a time where I don't even think I have the ability to get into PC gaming even if I wanted to.
Nah.
Because everything's so hard to get.
You should be able to.
Nowadays, yeah.
But big ups to Ghosty, though, because he hooked me up with his build because he got a brand new build, and he made it affordable for me. So good looking, Ghosty. Thank you.
Ghosty, let me give you some sheep. Let's work something out.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, it's maneuverable still, and the prices of GPU are starting to dump. So we might be getting MSRP GPUs in the near future. I don't want to cross my fingers yet because you don't know whatever is going to happen next. Because I mean, the whole thing with Russia and Ukraine, you don't know how that's going to affect markets and stuff like that. Like anything could happen, really. So
Not to mention, a lot of esports teams are really getting bit in the ass by this. Because a lot of esports teams are Russian.
But you know, you don't know. Like anything could happen because there's still big players left in there. You got Japan, China, Korea. And plus, I mean, U.S. too. I mean, we got some big hitters here in the U.S. And UK.
I wish
UK has some big hitters.
I wish
too.
Mexico wasn't so hard up about only playing Halo, because you guys got some good teams, good players. All they play is Halo. All they play is Halo.
Well, I'll tell you what though, I've been seeing a lot of them on Warzone.
Oh well, yeah.
I've been getting a lot of like kill feeds where I'm like, wow, where am I? like I'm not using a VPN, so I'm like, why is everyone speaking Spanish?
I'll tell you, it's really weird because I won't be using a VPN, and then all of a sudden I'll be getting like ad after ad on YouTube in Spanish. I'm like, what did I click on? That changed this all of a sudden.
But yeah, I mean, we've been going about an hour and 30 minutes, dude.
Yeah, it seemed like a decent
wait,
teetering off time.
Before we end it though, yeah. So GPUs are becoming more affordable, and there's another way around it too. If you really look into it, buy a pre-built. A lot of pre-builts, even though like a lot of their stuff kind of sucks, is a good jumping off point because you get the GPU, that you want for a reasonable price, and then you just build off the rest of it later.
What are we talking about? Like iBuyPower or like Newegg? Or like
No, I mean Newegg, you kind of have to build it yourself.
that was my last build. I got everything, and they gave me a decent price, but I had to work with that shit. Like
Yeah.
I had to ask them like, hey, put most of the shit together.
Yeah.
Because they're just parts.
But I mean, like, yeah, kind of like iBuyPower, but I wouldn't go iBuyPower.
No, iBuyPower is so fucking expensive for nothing.
Well, for one thing, they're pricey and they're not that great.
Yeah, it's like Apple. Just because it looks fancy, you're gonna shell out $500 more.
I forget what the name. I think I want to say it's like Omni or something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I think it is Omni. I was looking into them too.
And here's the thing too, like, you go for the pre-built, but get the one with the GPU that you want, and then you kind of have to fandangle everything else when you put it together online.
Okay.
And then it'll come to you. You'll get it for like a reasonable price. You're basically kind of like paying the price of the GPU, but you get the whole computer itself. Yeah, and then and then you could upgrade in the future, or if you want just wait a couple months and see if the GPU market dumps again.
I will say, as of right now, I got a little bit of money that I've been saving up, and I do want to get a computer, but I also want to get one of those tablets for drawing that have the screen actually on the. You got one? Dude, I've been wanting to get one for so long because I hate looking up at the screen, looking down, and then there's nothing. Is it a Wacom?
No.
What is it? Artist 21. What is this? Oh, XP pen.
Yeah, XP pen.
Ooh, boy. How much is this?
I forgot. It was like probably close to $200 or something like that.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No, it's not.
I really need to get. How's the screen on it?
It's pretty nice. I like it.
Speaking of, after this, we do need to talk a little bit because I have almost 900 NFTs and I need to give you some.
But
dude, I need to get one of those. But that's the thing. I can't get one until I get a fucking computer to work with.
It's fun to use. Because like you said, like you don't have to look up at the screen. You could do it there. You could change the size of your pen on the hand. You could change your brush, pick your colors and everything like that. You know, like it's all there. The only thing is I'm not used to the stroke of the pen on the screen yet. I'm still like it's still weird to me. Like I do better with mouse on screen. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm just faster that way because I've trained old school to just clicks.
You kind of like you've computed your brain to like know
Clicks.
the feeling and the click.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've done too. Cause like even working with the Wacom, you using it, you're just like
It's so weird.
it just feels weird.
Yeah, because I'm used to having my finger on control. Like my fingers like ready on control and just ready for the clicks and stuff like that.
That thing too. I've heard a lot of people actually use iPads too.
Yeah. Well, the thing is iPads and a lot of the new Samsung pads are like built with this in mind, with the art pen in mind, so that you don't have to go out and buy an XP pen or a Wacom or anything like that. You can just either get a new iPad or get a new Samsung pad, and it all works the same. I've seen a lot of commercials on the new Samsung pad that's what they market. They shows that Japanese artist guy and he's just drawing on his.
I might have to look
Samsung
into it because
pad.
I could actually probably get a deal from my.
And the new Samsung Flip is also marketing that way too because it comes with a little stylus and it shows the girl drawing on her phone.
Here's the thing. I used to have the Note 8, which came with the stylus and all that. It was awesome. I would be able to draw in these small things.
Here's
but it's so small.
Here's the cool thing with the Flip because it's better than just the Note. The Flip, when it flips open, is so big that it's almost like a pad, not like not a phone. So you have more drawing space.
Well,
but
I gotta really look into it. Yeah.
Hey, technology-wise, dude, things are coming up. Like it's a lot of cool shit out there. So it all depends on how much money you want to spend and where you want to put it at. Because the thing is like, what do you really want to do? Because the thing is, with this XP pen, I'm stuck to here. I'm stuck to my station. With an iPad or a phone, you can take it anywhere. But yeah, so it all depends on what you want to do and what you're gonna do with it.
I just want to draw and produce again. That's all I want to do. That's all. I have so much fucking music that is made that I want to work on that I just haven't been able to.
But I mean, I'd say then focus on a PC, man. Get the PC because you once you get the PC, then you could work off of that. You know?
That's true. Yeah.
And really, the PC is the hardest thing to kind of put together because of the market right now. But like I said, there's different ways around it. You could get around that somehow. The thing is too is that if you don't mind going with an older 2000 series GPU, those are kind of affordable right now. You could find some for around a little close to MSRP. It's not MSRP yet, but it's closer than the 3000 series.
MSRP for Australia.
Yeah, 3000 series is like still like why is it up there? Why is it so much right now?
Just like NFTs, it's the need that quantifies the price.
But yeah, also there's the new they only made it just because because the whole situation that the 3050s, which is also a 3000 series, but only built for gaming, those are kind of like affordable too, if you can find them.
Well, it looks like we got some shit to talk about when we go grab a bite.
But yeah, with that said, I think we're gonna end it because we've been going pretty long. So, guys, don't forget, like and subscribe, tell a friend, and with that said, we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Sandwich.